What's going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Your boy Jay Stash back at it again. And I'm sitting here with
Jason Mewes.
That's it, the most amusing man in history.
Yes, we love you so much. I hear it.
I love you so much. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man.
Good to see you again.
Yes, I'm excited to be back, not only here at Whatnot, but also Fan Expo. I mean, it's been a while because I don't even know when it was last, but it's, Kevin and I have done 14 of these.
Yeah.
This is like 14th, 15th.
Yeah.
And I've got to know tons of the employees, and it's just so great. You see people, you're like, hey, it's been a while.
You do the fake guns to everybody, you know?
Yes,
that's how you know that's tight.
And then this is always fun. The Whatnot and the I mean, come on. Great.
The last time that I saw you, you were rubbing items on your body, and we were selling them for tons of money. You remember that?
I was. I don't want to say tons of money. I mean, I was hoping for more, but people were like, "Oh, it's on his body."
Okay. I'm sure that's what the reaction was. And if you guys are wondering what's going on, we're live from Fan Expo Dallas. We're here. Jay, you can start signing whenever you're ready. Jay's going to be signing a whole bunch of items that we're going to be putting up in the Buy It Now and in the auction. So some items are already live in the Buy It Now section. All you got to do is get in there and make that purchase, add it to your collection. We're going to be sitting here today listening to the signature story of Jay Mewes. My guy is absolutely an astounding person. I've been with you a couple of times now.
Yep.
Had the opportunity to see a bunch of different elements. I guess the first thing I'll start off with, the last time I saw you were heavy on Twitch. Are you still doing that?
I'm trying. I mean, I have a new baby. I have a 4-month-old. Yeah, 4-month-old baby. So, my scheduling for life has changed a little bit. Where I have an 8-year-old daughter too, but she goes to school, so I wake up, get her ready, bring her to school, and then I'd come home and stream for 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
But now I come home and I take care of my wife really takes care of them, but I try to help out, you know what I mean? So so again, I still stream at least an hour each day. Today I did 3 hours, but you
stream today too?
I did. I streamed.
You
woke
find
up.
time.
Yeah, I bring my equipment with me on the road, and I streamed today. The new season of Fortnite came out with Optimus Prime and all new stuff. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Me and these guys were playing, and so I streamed last night. I streamed today. So I still am streaming. Check me out, Twitch.
Yes.
.tv/JAY Mewes, J Mewes.
And you can also follow them. They've got the Jay and Silent Bob stash on Whatnot as well. So that they've got the account there. So whether it's on the Twitch side or you're looking to get some of those comic books, they've got the secret stashes up on Whatnot as well. Now with Twitch and gaming, you've also developed a partnership with G Fuel.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, that's been great, man. I got to do a commercial with G Fuel Man at our comic book store in Red Bank, New Jersey.
Yep, love that place.
So that was really cool. So they've been great, man. It's like it's awesome because it is actually the actual G Fuel itself is good, and I drink it when I stream and stuff. But also they've been great. They've signed me on for, I think it's been over a year, almost going on 2 years now. So that's great to me because, again, for me, it's like, who would have thunk that? To me, that sort of seems like you not only getting to play games beyond Twitch and you get subscribers and people following you and the community is great. You get, you make a little bit of scratch. Some people make a lot of scratch, but I make a little bit of scratch plus G Fuel signed on. When you're getting you get someone like G Fuel sign you on to their thing, it's like I feel like a professional gamer. And it seems crazy to me because who would have thunk, even 6 years ago, I think I've been streaming for almost 4 or 5 years, and 6 years ago I would have never thought that when I was sitting and playing games on my Xbox in my man cave that I'd be getting paid to play games and meet some really cool people. And it's been awesome. Like, people have gotten met on in my community, and they've gotten married. And
you have a strong following, though. Your community too came in really heavy when we did the 12 hours of streaming. Yes, they came in and showed a lot of support that day too. So it was great to see how much pull you have with the community you're developing there.
Yeah, they've been great. There's been a good, strong, 200 people who have followed me almost all 4 years. Yeah. And even when I slowed down on streaming and I'm not around as much, they really have been supportive. And they come and see me at all these cons. Like each city I'm in, usually there's some people from my community. They'll come in, hang out at the con and stuff. And I've met some really cool people. One of the guys I'm usually with he's not here. His son's birthday is this weekend, so he couldn't make this con. But I usually bring, I travel with a gentleman to all the cons. His name's Matt Gorin. And him and I have gotten really close, and I met him on my stream, and he came and saw me at one stream convention, and he came to another convention, and I said, oh great, want to go to the next one with me? And so it's just
now he just tours with you?
That's
dope.
So it's cool, man. It's really
getting the opportunity to meet a lot of the people that not only are fans of you, but ultimately turn into supporters in many other ways has got to be super great for you, you know?
It is. It's amazing. Again, it's been such an awesome thing that I've gotten, and a blessed thing.
Now you still seem to be super active, you know, with Twitch and G Fuel and everything, as we were just talking about. Now, is it important to kind of partner up with somebody that still kind of represents you and the things that you're trying to bring awareness to as an individual?
In what way? Sorry,
I mean, like, you know, you have like this super outgoing personality, and a lot of things are about keeping the fun of things, and that's what I think is like one of my favorite things about you is you're always keeping the fun. So like when you partner up with G Fuel, do they understand that this is the version that they're always going to be getting to you?
Yeah, I think so. I would hope so, because again, they're not making. I'll be honest, I can't imagine they're making. You know, I don't have people like I know some streamers have 20,000, 30,000 people watching them, you know, and they probably make a decent amount of money off of those streamers. They can't be making too much money from me, but they still support me.
Yeah, it's got to be a good partnership in many other ways, though. Yeah,
I would hope so.
You're pushing the brand a lot, so.
And that's why I think you know, I got to sign on and do the G Fuel commercial. Like they totally probably could have got, you know, someone that was getting 50,000 viewers per stream. But yeah, man, so it's been great, and I would hope. It seems that that's what, you know, a lot of the people that watch and stuff, they're like, all right, this is what he's about. And that's what I'm watching. Because I'm not, that's the other thing, as I see that people, some of the streamers, people watch them because they're like, wow, this person's so good at this game or that game. And that isn't the case with me either.
No, so. You bring a different level of entertainment to it, is what it is, for sure. And I mean, speaking of the level of entertainment that you bring to a lot of things and how you're involved in all these other things, there's two cool things I want to talk about. The first one being, you were just on tour, or you're still on tour doing the Amusing Stories?
I am,
So that's awesome. That's a different level of entertainment. Give me a little bit of background on that.
That's been great, man. I started, I don't know when we started doing the first solo Amusing Stories, but you know, Kevin used to do Kevin Smith, an evening with Kevin Smith. And he's been doing it for years, and he used to bring me on stage. And I remember I used to get really nervous, and I'd get on stage, he'd talk for an hour, then he'd say, oh, I brought a buddy with me. And I'd come out, and someone would be like, hey, Mewes, you know, what was your favorite movie to film? And I'd be like, Mallrats. And they'd be like, waiting for more, you know, answer to that question. And I would just be like, Mallrats. Because I would be so nervous. And I just remember more and more Kevin brought me up, the more I got comfortable. I started doing solo Q&As at the conventions. And then, we toured with Podcast, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. And then one of the comedy clubs was like, hey, would Jay want to come out and do his own thing? And I went and did it, and I enjoyed it a lot. And so, it's been
you're doing a lot of cities too, though. Like every time I see your Instagram, you're posting that you're in a different city doing it. Yeah,
so it's been the conventions. I mean, the last 2 years, I mean, since COVID, we did Clerks 3, and besides that movie, it's mainly been Amusing Stories and the conventions. And the Amusing Stories has been great because I'll do, like, next week I go to Sacramento, and I do some Amusing Stories there. And then after that, I'm in Detroit, and we do like a View Askew thing. And anyway, so it's been great, and it's been awesome because it's another element that I can do besides streaming, besides the cons, movies. It's like the Amusing Stories, which I've been bringing around. This dude, you got to check him out. His name's AJ Wilkerson. He opens for me.
I have seen him.
He's doing so well. He won a contest to open for me at a comedy contest, and I was like, dude, you're so funny. Will you tour with me and open up for me? And he has.
Damn, what an honor, what a request.
And he always tells the story how that was cool for him. And now he just opened for Bert Kreischer like a few months ago, 11,000 people.
Really?
He did 15 minutes before Kreischer, 11,000 people. The next night he did 4,000 people.
And you brought him this opportunity.
Yeah,
that's great. Well, I mean, he earned it himself. But,
yes.
You know what I mean? Obviously, it's earned, but. definitely an
for
opportunity
sure.
that you helped open the door for.
Yeah, and it's been great, man, because of that. Like, I get to travel with people I like, and it's funny. And so, yeah, the amusing stories has been really awesome for me because, again, I'm hoping my goal is I just did a couple. I usually do, like, comedy clubs that are, like, 200 to 300.
Yeah.
And I just did a couple theaters that were like 500 and 800. One of them I sold out 500 people.
Yeah.
The next night was 800. I didn't sell it out, but I got about 500 people. So
So
cool.
you're still getting great attendance, and obviously people are loving the stories because
Yes.
you're getting people to continue to buying the tickets from city to city. So
Exactly.
And now you're here on Whatnot, live from Fan Expo Dallas.
Let's go.
Where we're getting you to sign a couple of items. Relax.
Couple.
Today we're not couple. If you just looked at the stack of things that are here in front of them, and of course, listen. Today, if you didn't see the 12-hour stream, it was absolutely crazy. We had an amazing, amazing time, and there was the 12 hours of Christmas live from the Secret Stash. What was your first Whatnot experience like? I know you had a lot of fun that day.
That one was great. Again, at the Stash, it was great because we were at the Stash, and and we got to like do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That was from like we pulled out things. I remember Kevin pulled out things from the Stash that we didn't even plan on selling. But my first experience was at the one con where Kevin and I got to go up.
That's right. At MegaCon last year.
And that was awesome because I had not done. We hadn't worked with you guys yet.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure what it was all about, and we had so much fun that we're like, we want to do that again.
Yeah.
And then I know that my wife Jordan got in touch with you guys, and we worked out the Secret Stash 12 hours.
What a great time that was.
It was, and it was nice because it was a nice, we got to work with the store next to us.
Yeah.
They got to do 2 hours, and we did 2 hours, and it was great. It was so much fun, and we raised a good amount of money.
Good amount of money, yeah. It was a good amount of money for sure, and definitely a lot of those items that sold. I mean, you guys were pulling out things. First off, you pulled out an uncut sheet of Mallrats trading cards.
Yes.
And that was crazy. Something that you didn't even have down there, and I mean, it went. It just shows you that people are still wanting these items. And even the Dogma shirt that you pulled out of the, out of the base. I mean, Kevin just kept pulling out all these different things, and Jay's just rubbing them on his body, trying to get us wearing hats, wearing this. Okay, really.
It was nice. Yeah, we had them. Kevin pulled them out. Stuff that like the cards were. There's only 2 of them in existence, and Kevin sold one of them, and that was really cool because, again, it was something in the basement of the comic book store that wasn't planning on being sold.
And the amount of inventory you guys have there is nuts too.
It went for a pretty penny. It was nice.
Yeah,
man.
It did. And we're live. We are actually live. For anybody that thinks it's a pre-recording, we're actually live right now from Fan Expo Dallas. I'm sitting here with Jay Mewes. He's right here next to me. I promise this is not one of those new AI things. Like, I got you. He's actually here. It's him. I gotta say, I'm actually questioning if it's him or not. It's less gassy than the last time that I remember having him next to me. My man's just always ripping it.
Dude, you know why? Because I just went to the bathroom before I came here, and I just ripped a big one. There was a dude on the phone in the bathroom, and he was talking, and all of a sudden I ripped one, and he totally stopped this conversation and was like, and I was waiting for him to say something like, yo, man, we can't talk anymore. I got to get out of here. But
it's weird, too, because there's no walls in the bathroom. It's just he looked right into your eyes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But, yeah, so talking about all the cool things that you're involved in. We've talked about G Fuel. We talked about Twitch. I know that you're a dad right now, so that's super important to you. How about the Smod Castle Cinemas? Has that been like a fun project for you and Kevin? Not even a project.
Well, definitely for Kevin. Yeah. I wish I live in L.A. and this is in Jersey.
Yeah.
I don't get to go, like we mentioned in the beginning, I have a 4-month-old baby, so we have a new baby in our house, my wife and I, and we have the 8-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
So we're pretty busy, so I don't get to just go. I went to Jersey not too long ago to do we showed Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Yes,
and then afterwards we did like a Q&A, and there was like an auction. So again, it was fun for me, and it definitely... Kevin's been doing a lot more things because he's been able to go back and forth from home to there and stay a couple weekends and do some events like Babylon, and he did like a marathon where he showed all the movies and stayed up all night.
Yeah.
People brought sleeping bags, I think, and slept there.
Yeah, it gets crazy at the Smod Castle Cinema for sure. You get a lot of people that come out and just want to be a part of the events you guys are throwing over there.
Yeah, so again, if I lived in Jersey still or I didn't have the kids, I definitely would be involved in more of the things going on there. But again, I just can't be there as much as I would like to. It would be fun. I could see why Kevin just keeps adding things because it's a nostalgia to it. We grew up going to that movie theater. We lived in Highlands.
Yeah.
The movie theater's in Atlantic Highlands, and that's the theater you would go. As a kid, you'd get your parents to drive you there, and watch the new movies coming out and stuff. And now Kevin, is partners with a couple of people and owns it, and I think it's pretty sweet. So
it is pretty sweet, man. I mean, I want to kind of touch on the relationship that you and Kevin have. It's me and my brother have been obviously best friends forever, as far back as I can go, and seeing the relationship you and Kevin have is just really amazing. And I just want to ask, how proud of you of Kevin for his work bringing awareness to mental health, the way that he's kind of put it on the stage, and is really just, I guess, removing this layer from it.
For me, it was it's been interesting because between the two of us, it's such an interesting, and again, it's the way it's been over the years. We started off, Kevin, I battled back and forth. I would get strung out and he'd help me get sober, and we'd do a movie, and then I get strung out again, and he was always the really well put together guy. And then then he had his heart attack, so then he started eating better and started going vegan, and that was a big topic of conversation. And then I stopped smoking weed and doing drugs and got sober, and he started smoking weed. And he was smoking weed a bunch, and he would talk about weed. And then now he hasn't smoked weed, and now he's doing the mental health thing. So again, I'm glad he talked about it. It's been interesting to watch the whole and I'm glad he shared it. It seems like something a while ago, he was so focused on helping me and our stuff and going through. I'm not saying he wasn't dealing with his own things, but
of course.
But it seemed like he would only share my stuff, and that's what we would talk about. And he was doing his movies, and I don't know. It's been an interesting. It is interesting now. It's really been on that, and I'm glad he shared it again. It's I could tell again, especially me. I hadn't spent a lot of time with him because he was in Jersey for a long time. He was touring with Clerks 3, and then he got home and he was doing the movie theater. So I didn't see him, and my wife was pregnant and she had the baby. So I knew he was struggling and something was different and all of that. But it really, again, I didn't know all the info as close as we are. I didn't know. And then he shared it with me, and then he took care of it and all that. So I'm just glad. I feel like I've seen him. We've got to spend some time together since then. Not a whole lot, again, because he was in Jersey, and then he's been working and doing stuff. The man's
always working,
Yeah, so again, and me with the baby, he stops by and sees the baby and hangs out for an hour or two.
That's beautiful.
But he seems definitely, in a better place, and I'm happy for that. So
I think definitely what he did in bringing the awareness that he has is giving people that confidence to talk to the people close to them, just like you've leaned on him for so many years, and you guys kind of have that relationship where you're there for him too. So I love seeing that for the both of you. You guys are my guys. We've spent a lot of time together learning about the funny side of things and hearing everybody's story, but something more fun that you guys have been involved in besides all of the Jay and Silent Mob and the Universe. You guys got to shoot a music video with Logic recently too.
Yes.
Right? How fun was that? And you guys got to be in character?
It was a blast. It really was. And he's such a nice guy, man. I got to tell you,
Logic is,
Yeah, he texts me. It's again, we spent the day together, and he was, again, very nice. And you work with someone, and you're like, oh, cool. They're not, they're busy. I'm not going to talk to them again, probably. But we exchange numbers, and we talk at least once a week, once a month. Of course, he might get busy and I get busy, but he really keeps in touch, and he's such a really sweet, nice gentleman. It's interesting. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
A different approach, definitely something different. You ever think you'd be in a music video?
We had been in a few over the years.
Well, yeah, that's right.
We got it. We were in Afro Man's way back.
Back in the day.
It's been interesting. Again, but always fun for me. I'm always down to do music videos. But you just, in my head, you're like, and then we got to be in Drake's video.
Which video is that?
We were, he did one, I'm Upset.
Oh.
I got 20. He did. It was like a video of Degrassi when he did.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You did. Yeah.
It was right around the God's Plan or whatever it's called.
Okay.
So that was really cool too, because it's funny because
Is that you? That's all right.
Oh my
goodness. Probably Kevin. Why are you talking about me on stream?
Yeah. This is from Denver.
Yeah, that's. Oh, okay.
No, this is not.
Answer it later.
Yeah. So.
It's weird. Scam, possibly.
Definitely, constantly potential spam.
Right. Someone's calling you out that car insurance right now.
Right. we did Degrassi many years ago, and I remember them. They were all kids, 14, 15 years old, and they were talking about. They were like, oh, Drake does music. Like when they introduced to everyone, they're like, oh, this is so-and-so. He does music and stuff. He's really good. And I was like, oh, cool, that's awesome. And you think, people say that about other people they work with, hang with. You're like, oh, cool, yeah. And I remember like 3-4 years later.
You're like, isn't your name Aubrey? Like,
and then all of a sudden you just see him all over doing like, and I was like, wow, he's awesome.
Completely took over. Definitely a musician of the generation for sure.
Yeah, so it was awesome. But yeah, we got to do Degrassi. Then we got to be in a Drake video, an Afro Man video.
So then I stand corrected. You have been in several music videos.
Yeah, bro.
I'll throw some respect on your name. My bad.
All right,
Sitting here live at Fan Expo Dallas with the. You may know him from like the Universe, but more recently you know him from all the music videos he's been in.
Exactly.
Jason Mewes sitting here. We're talking about being a dad. We're talking about relationship with Kevin and just some of the things that you're up to now. I mean, give us an idea of where you're going to be at. Any projects you want to bring awareness to?
Ooh, I wish I did. There's a few things I'm excited. I'm waiting to hear.
Yeah.
There's strikes going on and there's things. So I might potentially be directing a movie. Again, none of them are set, so I can't really talk about it. But there's an offer for me to direct this movie that I'm really excited about and interested in. I'm waiting to hear like the final say and if I'm able to. I'm supposed to act in a movie as a lead in this movie in August. Jay. I'm waiting to find out. It's an indie movie, but it'll be fun and I get to play a different character, so that's always a blast. And then, of course, I'm always waiting on Kevin and to see if he's gonna maybe do Mallrats 2 or Moose Jaws or one of these movies we're going to do, So, and then, of course, there's still a couple more cons I have for the year.
You're busy, man.
And then Jay Mewes and His Amusing Stories, I'm definitely going to be doing some more of that. So, yeah, you can find all that on our website, csma.com or jmewes.com. Check it out. With my social media, I always post where Twitch. I'm going to be, what I'm going to be doing on Twitch.
Yep.
Definitely follow me on Twitch because we chat, we hang out. And like I said, people come and they hang out and work with us and do stuff. Like, again,
amazing.
Like last place I just did I had one of the dudes from my stream, Twitch. He's been a moderator on my channel, and he came out to. Where the hell was I? Wherever I was.
Somewhere in this great earth.
Exactly. AJ and I did some music. Winnipeg. What am I talking about? We were in Canada. We did Vancouver. Then we did 5 shows in Winnipeg. And one of the guys from my stream came out and spent the weekend at our Airbnb with us.
Sick.
And he videoed filmed all the shows, comedy stand-up shows, and he's editing together some bits
like a reel for you.
So I'm just saying, you come to my Twitch, you might be staying in Airbnbs with me next week.
Getting your earlobes rubbed like I did at the Secret Stash. You don't know what kind of weird shit's gonna happen when you sit next to these guys.
You like that? Didn't it feel good?
It's been one of those things that I've constantly talked about. And I was dubbed DJ Lobes that day, and I absolutely. What was my favorite part of that day? Do you remember that guy that was talking super loud in the other room in the middle of the stream, and you had to yell for him to shut the fuck up? That was probably one of my. I got that clip. I got to show you that clip. Probably one of my more favorite moments. But we got a bunch of people in the room right now, Jay. Before we get ready to sign off, man, what do you want to say to your fans, people that still love you and support you with everything you do?
Thanks for hanging. Thanks for being around for years, watching me, and again, Twitch. Follow me on Twitch.
Yes.
My birthday's Monday.
I know. I was just about to say happy birthday. You beat me to it.
I know. You know what? 49 years old.
God bless.
Blows my mind that I'm almost 50. Because I just remember as a kid, even like 15 to even younger than that, I always saw a 50-year-old as
no, not you.
Old man and stuff.
Not somebody that pulls up on a motorized suitcase. Oh, God, there it is. Should I put a mic by your ass today?
Yo, how many mics do I rip on the daily? Save many money. I had to give you one before I went.
$15, little man. I wasn't even supposed to be here today, but here I am smelling Jay's ass right here on the Whatnot channel. That's how I flirt with them. Yes, it is. That's your love language. This is how you speak to me. Well, listen, we're getting ready to sign off, Jay. You already know how I do things. I always like to say you're sitting here with me, and then I'll kick it to you. You'll say your name. We'll do all that fun stuff.
Let's do it.
Can I get a snooch booch at the end of that, too?
Yep.
All right. At Where Else But Whatnot, where we have had the opportunity to hear the signature story of Jay Mewes. This guy sitting next to me has been absolutely epic, gave us his time today, and for that, we're really grateful. We're going to get ready to sign off here. I'm Jay Stash.
Jason Mewes, snooch to the news.
And we're going to catch you guys coming up soon. Peace out.